just got off the phone with Michael Horn, who did his documentary on Billy Meier. And are you aware of Billy Meier?
Yes, certainly.
What do you think? Do you have any opinions or feedback?
Is he full of it, or is he real?
Is he just full?
Well, you know, there's a very old saying in the British intelligence community. We have this wonderful saying, interesting if true. And I think, I think, you know, without having looked into the whole Billy Meier thing in any great depth, interesting if true is about the best I can characterize all of that.
That's really not a bad way of putting it. Yeah, I'm content with that.
Very, very good.
I am.
And and a lot of his depictions of what the aliens look like are very human in his documentary, and he covers it in depth. And in the documentary, I guess Billy claims they're like 900 years old, 450 years old, 700 years old, and they look just like old humans.
Well, essentially, they've mastered this dimension then.
Yeah.
Any opinion on that one, Nick, at all, or?
No, well, I guess, no, I'm totally back to this interesting if true.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit of a soundbite, and I know people will say it's a little bit of a cop-out, but in a sense, you know, unless you've investigated, I mean, hundreds and thousands of words have been written about Billy Meier, and unless I had kept up with all of that, with the best will in the world, I don't think I could really offer a sort of definitive, authoritative opinion. So, you know, interesting if true kind of does it for me at the moment.
Actually, I wanted to get just a little controversial for a moment. 9/11, I know you have an opinion on this. Now, going back to Billy Meier, since we were talking with Michael Horn as well, do you believe that our government did have prior knowledge about 9/11 as Billy Meier seems to believe, as he was told by the aliens? That it was.
Or there's just some things you're not comfortable talking about.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I looked at the whole 9/11 thing. I was challenged to take an interest by the whole 9/11 truth movement. But, you know, I read the 9/11 Commission report cover to cover, which is something that very few of the conspiracy theorists have actually done.
Right.
And I concluded, yes, there was a conspiracy, but it was a conspiracy by Al-Qaeda. I do not believe, and I say this with the experience of 21 years in government, I do not believe the U.S. government had any prior knowledge of this. Yeah, there were certainly mistakes. There were issues over things like information sharing. But I do not buy into, and actually I find quite offensive, the idea that the U.S. government would have had prior knowledge and some complicity in this. I mean, I know, I've worked with people in the U.S. military, the intelligence community, these decent, honest people. They would not do that. That's just not the way it works. And I know I'm probably going to be shouted down by a whole bunch of conspiracy theorists, but that's what I believe.
No.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
It's your opinion.
We've all got opinions, and we're all free to express them. At least,
no, I appreciate you taking a stand.
at least as long as the
like that.
Constitution still stands.
Thank goodness.
What's left of it?
What was that all you had? Or
Yeah, I just
thought you had
wanted
something
to
else.
No, not really.
Okay, okay. All righty. Well, gosh, this has been one interesting show.
Really.
Very, very interesting. And I'd like to have you guys back again. And hopefully we can get you guys to talk together. And you were going to have Alejandro?
Yeah, I'm going to have a friend of mine, Alejandro Rojas. I think you may know of him. He's with MUFON here in the U.S., International MUFON, actually. So hopefully we can get all three on at the same time, and that would make for
an interesting roundtable.
A really
yes,
good roundtable.
definitely.
Maybe a disc with the little anti-grav thing, and who knows.
So,
we can talk
table.
between now and then.
So Nick, you have so many books. I didn't get a chance to take a look at which is the most recent. If you were to promote one or two, three of your books, which one would you recommend?
Well, I would just say that if people want to check out my books or my biography, just go to my own website, which is nickpope.net, and then people can have a look and pick and choose what interests them. Like I say, nickpope.net.
Got it. Okay, I'm there, right there. Okay,
Yeah,
very
right.
good. And there you are.
And
Okay.
it's a wonderful website.
Yeah.
Wow, he's got a lot of
Great.
stuff. Crop
Oh, he's
circles.
great.
Oh, I've got to talk to him about that. All righty. Well, I think that does it.
Well, thank you, Nick, for spending some time with us. I know it's getting to be about evening over there, so we appreciate your time and taking our questions. So thank you so much.
Thank
sure.
you. Thank
Well,
you.
have a great Easter, you and all the listeners, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon, and we'll maybe set up another interview.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone, with this episode of The Science Detectives. I'm Scott Stevens.
I'm Richard Heaney.
And I'm Barb Slusser.
And we'll see you next time.